Welcome back to the week of Peglin with me, the Walrus, as we now enter day 6, where I've been failing valiantly in every one of my attempts to try to complete Crucible 15 as the Roundroll, who applies additional status debuffs to enemies. Ooh. I'm going to take Spinification, because poison damage on my gloves is always appreciated. Now, I'm going to have a quick look ahead at the map and see where we need to go. So, there's a chest here, and there's also a shop here. So we actually probably want to go to the shop, because there's a couple of items. So we want to go left, right, left, right. Right, well, let's give it a go. Let's see how well this goes then, shall we? Well, let's put some bombs down on our targets and see if we can do some damage. So that's 1 bomb and 88 damage here. So let's see how well that goes. Well, that's not a stupendous amount of damage. That's fine. Well, the terrible is going to be terrible because the name suggests exactly that. But at least we're stacking poison on our targets as well. Bang. Right. Well, I've hit you doing a small amount of damage and you hit me back. Very rude. Okay, so we're going to ignite a bomb. Not really do much more than that. I'd like to try and get some more money. So let's see if we can get some more cash on the go. Cash is king here in the forest. Okay, so we've got some Spider Silk and get some Spintail points. I'm going to upgrade my Evasive Maneuver Orb, because I want it to be better. Because I want more evasion, please, and thank you. Right, so let's head down to the left, because I think that's probably the most sensible plan. Right. Hordes of slimes, which I'd really like to see if I can get rid of. If I can get to the shop, I want to get rid of the Terrible, because I don't want it in my inventory, as you can probably tell, because it's literally terrible. I mean, it's not as bad as the Horrible, which you can't even get rid of, but all the same, it's not exactly great, is it? Right, Evasive Maneuver Orb is not doing me any favours there. Ah, well, that one's dead. Just like that. And we're going to trigger the bomb, and that should kill that one off, and then do a bunch of damage over here, so that's good. Splat. That one's going to be in trouble next, I think. Let's see if we can get some more money, though. Well, that could have been better. That's almost dead. Oh, it is going to hit me, though. Did hit me for 1 damage. Very rude. Well, they're all dead now. That's all that matters. Boom. Be gone. Oh, the Poltergeist is quite an interesting one, because it does attack all enemies. Let's take that, because that might be quite useful. So I want to go right, I think. So let's go down to the right. Let's see. And then I think we want to head to the left, maybe, after this. Right. Well, we're going to get the crits. So we're going to get 34 Ballusion, which is good. Well, this thing's dead. I mean, goodness gracious, it's very, very dead. Slice. Let's see if we can get a little bit more money, though, shall we? That's what we're really after here. Well, that's another dead one. How? And we'll just do some upgrades for hitting some money. That's what we're after. Cash. All the cash. Excellent. We start attacking more poison damage. Now, the Poltergeist, it's not going to do a silly amount of damage, but it is going to allow me to interfere with every enemy and just do damage to them all. And that's really, I think, the key component of it, is it'll allow me to do more damage to everything. Okay, so they're going to get a couple of turns as they move towards me. Ah, we've got the Poltergeist, so let's see what happens as it flies forwards, doing damage. Again, it doesn't do a silly amount, but it is going to stack that lovely poison damage. Beautiful. I love it when something does well for me. Doesn't happen often. That's why I love it so much. Right. Okay, you're dead. And I'm going to up... Actually, let's just check and see. I'm going to not do anything. I'm going to hold on to my money, because I want to go left. And let's see if I can get a little bit more as we go down. Okay, 1 whole extra bit of gold. I need more than that, unfortunately. I need at least 9. Ah, here we go. So this could be good. So let's use the Poltergeist right off the bat. Not that I had a choice in that matter, but, you know, that's what happened. And woo! Damage. Hey, I'm greatly appreciative of a poison damage that is laid down on our enemies with minimal effort and work from me. That makes my life significantly easier. Okay, right, so that's going to not quite finish off that one. He's only got 5 health left. That's kind of annoying. But the poison damage is still ticking over, which is good. I'm going to see if I can get some more money. Because again, money, 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 money. Okay. So I'm going to target you with my next shot. Slide down there. We've got a little bit more cash. Still could use a bit more, though. Let's see if we... Oh. Well, that's one extra one. Lucky me. And dead. At least the targeting is actually reasonably sensible. Okay, so we want to go either left or right. It doesn't actually matter. I'm trying to hit some more money. That's the question. Wow. 2 extra pennies. Lucky me. So we definitely want to go to the right. Take a moment to rest. Dump on down to the right. Shop, shop, shop. And then chests. Right, so... on discard, gain illusion. When applying status positive effects, increase them by 1 to myself. That's pretty good. Heal every time refresh. I'm going to take the Mask of Joy. Because I think if I can start getting things that can confer more bonuses across to myself, might work out quite nicely. But we'll try at least. Okay. Whenever I reload, refresh. That's good. I think what we want to do is go to the right. So let's do that. And we've got... Okay, so they don't get there on my first reload, so that's good at least. It's not like the worst of the items. It could be better, but it's still good. Okay, so we want to go to the left after this and then to the chest. Ah, okay, so I'm going to duplicate an orb. So I'm going to duplicate my evasive maneuver orb there. That's good. Right, down we trot. And then double right after this. Okay. So this is going to be an interesting one. Ooh. And around we go. Ah, damn. It didn't break as I needed it to. That's fine though. Okay, so I'm going to discard that. And we're going to see if we can hit the bomb. We can hit it, but we didn't actually get it to detonate. That's a real shame. Okay, time for some poltergeisting. Oh, spooky bombs. Spooky damage. Ooh. Yeah, this is why I'm I'm not even going to finish that sentence. I was going to say something really stupid. Anyway, you're dead. Go away, and you can suffer a big bunch of damage. I want to just ignore that. I would like to get into another shop, but it doesn't look like that's going to be a thing, I don't think, right now. That's fine, though. So we're going to grab this chest, see what's in it, and then we're going to grab the other chest on the right as well, hopefully. Ah, pebbles get better. That's good. Can't go far wrong with improving the pebbles. And what do we got in here? Ah, so now we have 2 things that will activate refresh. That is very useful. Hopefully, on the hopefully side, this works out nicely for me. So, pebbles are now slightly improved with their damage capability, which is great. And there's that refresh. Well, we've done a big bunch of damage to the mole, which to the tree, which has now unfortunately angered the mole. Oh dear. Well, there's a bomb. It'll do some damage to him. Bang. Oh dear. Right. Okay, so let's start stacking some damage, shall we? No, we're going to miss and really screw that one up. Damn. Okay, so we're going to hit this one to refresh the board. I'm going to get my little Poltergeist out, doing damage, doing things. Only 66 damage. That's not sufficient. But it is sufficient that if I can hit that bomb and activate it, it will finish off all the plants, which is really the important bit here. Bang. And slice. There we go. So we've got 18 evasion instead of 17. I know, superb increase amount there, but it's something. Okay, we've got our other evasive maneuver orb out and about. That's good. And slice and dice some damage, shall we? Pow. Okay, but he still hit me, which is very rude. Well, I'm going to hit the crit to refresh the board and double the Ballusion. So we'll get another 34. Well, 35 because of the effects of doodads and stuff and things. I really want to upgrade my Poltergeist, if I'm brutally honest, because I think that will probably save me a lot of hassle. And you can just explode. Can I hit the crit? Yes, yes I can. And a nice refresh. Bang and slap. Excellent. So we're going to hit the crit again because we might as well. Considering the pebbles are significantly improved in general, it makes perfect sense for me to aim for actually using them. I really want to try and get an Obelisk, actually, thinking about it, because the Obelisk is quite a good shot in that you gain extra damage for your basic pebbles if you get it up in the levels, and that might be something that'd be very beneficial. I've not really stacked and used it like a silly amount, but if I could, that would work out very well, I think. Okay, there goes a bomb. We're going to hit that one. Unfortunately, they do get to have their plethora of turns against me this time. However, we're going to hit this crit, and that should, if we're lucky, we're nearly there. There we go. So that's a dead mole and sliced in half. Dead, dead, deadity, dead. Right, so I think the Euler Circle is a very sensible one. I'm going to upgrade the Euler Circle as well. And I'm going to upgrade the Poltergeist. And let's be sensible. Let's be full health. Right, current shots, total damage is dealt to the targeted enemy for every 3, but you can no longer... Oh dear, that's not good. Yeah, let's do that one. I mean, it might work. We're out of the forest, though. Okay, so we're fighting the painter again. I think it would be sensible for me to get a shop. So I want to go to the right, grab that chest, go down to the left, and get that shop. And it does mean I get 2 chests, but I do fight a mini-boss. And that is kind of alarming, because those mini-bosses are going to be a bit of a pickle in many ways. But that worked out quite nicely. The increasing stacking of Ballusion there worked out very nice, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for, is the Euler Circle is going to be one of those orbs, balls, pebbles, whatever you want to call it, that I hopefully can get good use out of. So let's keep that going. And bang, that one's dead. Still got a couple more to go. And let's keep hitting the damn things. Go on, hit the crit or the refresh. Both would be good, because I need to refresh the board. Okay, that didn't work out quite as well as I'd hoped. Right, so there's the... Now I've got to wait here and sit patiently, unfortunately. Pow, there's the crit. I mean, I've got 100% evasion chance. That doesn't mean that I don't want to hit things, though. So let's see how well this can go. Because the Poltergeist can be interesting. Well, we're stacking some more poison damage. So that's always good. I just want to try it if I can. There is a particular item that I really want, which is where you increase the amount of poison you stack on your targets rather than decrease it every turn. And that would be devastatingly good. Because, goodness gracious, they would be in all kinds of trouble. Okay. Right, so that we ignore that first silly on the old reload side. So we've got the crit going, so we need to hit at least 20 of these. No. Just shy. But that's fine. The poison damage will kill it off. Let's try for some more ball. Oh no, that was a terrible shot. At least I did some damage with it. Okay, so the Euler Circle's not going to really do quite as much as it has previously, but every 7, that's still 2 points of Ballusion. Oh no, 5 points of Ballusion, so 6 in total. That's pretty good, actually. That's better than I thought it was. Interesting. Right, so let's see what happens if I hit this. Then we hit the crit. That launches this lovely thing off in all sorts of fun directions. And both taking a bunch of damage. The guy in the behind's dead, and then this guy's going to die as well. Oh, look at that. Very, very dead. Victory is mine. Die. Right, so I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to go with upgrading this one because really, it's going to be the one that might keep me alive. And that's really, in brutal honesty, that's what I need, is stuff to keep me alive and stop dying. Oh, that's an interesting one. Let's give it a go. It's a risky one. Undeniably, I now need to increase my HP. Desperately. But now, I will heal constantly. And that is interesting. Okay, so I'm going to ditch this one, and I'm going to start stacking the Borlusion going on this one. Especially now that I'm stacking 5 for every 5 hit, or 5 for every penny hit. So that's, you know, good. Well, 6 because of the effects of my doodad. Okay, so we've got a 78% chance of evasion right now, so that's pretty damn good. We're going to hit these. We're going to hit some bombs. That's good. Bang. And slice. We've got a nice high dodge chance. Thank goodness. Right. I think it's probably sensible to use the Poltergeist right now. Hit the bombs. Keep hitting things. Can I hit the crit? That's what I really want to do now. Hit the crit. Okay, that didn't do quite what I wanted, but, you know, it's still going to do a bit of damage. Okay, so that's pinned in place, so that worked. Ah, that didn't do what I wanted. Ow. Ow. Right, well, that was rude. So, let's see if we can detonate some bombs then, shall we? Oh, dear. Well, let's A-bomb going off. That's going to stack up some evasion. That's good. That worked. And we refresh the board because we reloaded. Excellent. So we do have a few ways of getting the board refreshed. That's really the important bit here, is we can refresh the board repeatedly. That's a very important thing for us to do. There we go. And the Vampire Relic is doing us an absolute champion level of favours. Right, so let's upgrade the Poltergeist, because that could be very entertaining. So we're going to head to the chest and see what's inside. So we've got the Froggy Relic. Now this one will be really useful, so the option to do so will be greatly appreciated currently, because I desperately want to increase my HP. I'll accept the bribe. Oh, you beautiful champion. That's so good. If I had the egg, then I could have given it to the chef and he would have baked a cake, which I would have got a silly amount of HP. Sadly, that was not the case. I do not have the egg, which is a shame. Right, well, that didn't really do a silly amount of damage, but let's see what we can do with the Poltergeist then, shall we? And no, that's not quite what I wanted, but at least it's going to pass through and do a bunch of damage to everybody. It's lovely. Okay, poison damage ahoy. That's not so great. That's nowhere near the amount of Borlusion I was really hoping for from that one. Ah, I'm in trouble. Okay, so let's see if I can trigger some more bombs. That's really going to be the way I can survive this one, I think. That's one bomb. And that shield is still not bothered by my general presence, is it? Ow. Okay, so if I can trigger this one, detonate the bomb. There we go. We've got a bomb lit. And that should kill them off. Or most of them, at least. Give that guy a slicing. And we're back up to full health again. Because it's very easy for us to be at full health after these general nasty silliness that we have going on for us. We've got a nice high evasion. 47, I say nice high. It's high enough. Okay. And where's the crit? There it is. So, again, the fact that I've reloaded and that therefore has refreshed the board is definitely enough for me there. Excellent. Right, and we got a helmet, which has given us 18 Spintel points. So I'm going to take an increase of my HP. And I'm going to not buy any upgrades. So I want to go to the left. So I need to be very careful. And hope that this is a fight. Because I need 10 more pennies. It's not. But this is dangerous. Very entertaining, but I could end up killing myself. I have died using that relic. It can be very, very, very dangerous. Right, what's in here? Every time 3 times a crit is to get a spiness. Alright, that's pretty good. The Morley Flower. I like that as a name. Okay, down to the left again we go. What's in this one? Gain Ball Illusion for every penny. Excellent. Well, we're going to the shop regardless. No ifs and or buts here. Okay. So, we can't buy any of those, but we can remove an orb, and we're going to get rid of that terrible, because I don't want it. I'm nervous because we're about to go fight a boss. A mini-boss even. And, okay, so we want to try and do as much damage out as possible, because that rainbow slime, we want to kill him off as quickly as possible. Because hopefully being the operative word here, we can get it dead, because then it'll saturate the board with a bunch more money, which will be great. I mean, that's a lot of damage, in fairness. So we might be able to do it. Okay, so he's popped out the old mirror shield out, so he's like one of those damn earlier enemies, the mirrors, you know. Okay, so we dodged that one, and we've got a bunch more money on the board. So we're going to hit the crit and keep the crits going, I guess. That's all I can say. Bam. Okay, I took 6 damage. That's fine. We're going to keep trying to stack the extras. Okay, so he's got his stick out again. So again, I've got 72 evasion right now. So 86, 88, 92. Oh yeah, because of course every penny I pick up, that's 2 evasion, not just the 1. So I'm going to have 100% evasion after this attack. There's no ifs and or buts about it. Oh, that was a beautiful jump. Because the 8 damage increase rather than, you know, just, oh, that's so much extra damage. I love it. Because of the fact that I'm increasing my crit damage, which is just perfect. Okay, so we're going to hit the crit. And I think it's not going to be enough to kill him, but it is going to definitely ruin his... Okay, that was sufficient to kill. Excellent. So, I'm going to increase my HP, and I am going to upgrade an orb this time, and I'm going to upgrade one of the evasive maneuver orbs. Okay, projectile and targeted attack is damage split between the original and the... Oh. Interesting. The parallel boom reverse is kind of interesting. But I'm going to... I don't know. Projectile and targeted attack. Damage is split between the original attack and the original attack target. Oh, okay. So it splits it in half between 2 enemies. Could be interesting. But I'm going to take this parallel boomiverse then in that case. Because I don't really want to try and hit things that I don't want to hit. But at the same time, there might be times when I want to do that. It's a bit of a maybe. Either way. So let's start dishing the damage out here, shall we? So hopefully we can hit the crit, because that's really what we want. Because once we hit the crit marker, then we're in a better place. Ricochet everywhere. I mean, it's not going to roll very well because of the extra maneuverability, but it is working. I'll say that much. Okay. So again, I really want to hit the crit marker, which is down here. Because that will refresh the board, and it'll also give me a bit more damage and way more evasion. So I'm feeling nice and evasive, which is very important. So let's see how well the Poltergeist will work for me here. So I think the Poltergeist might actually delete... Oh no, it doesn't remove... Oh, maybe it does. I'm not sure. Couldn't say for certain. If it flies up, maybe. Yeah, when it flies up, it definitely does. Okay, that's interesting. Well, this is going to hurt me quite badly, but it did do a lot of damage to the enemy. That's the important bit, is doing damage to my enemies. Okay. We're going to get quite a good chunk of evasion again. Not 17. 18, because of effects from the Mask of Joy. Right, so let's launch this one out. Again, we're going to get... some healing going. I mean, again, this is the important bit, is I'm just going to keep stacking healing and stacking the evasion. Both very important, very useful. It is going to mean that this is going to be a war of attrition, and unfortunately I haven't stacked any blind effects on our main target here, unfortunately. That's something I really want to try to do, is stack blind effects on them, because then they'll be significantly less effective. which is very important for me right now, is I want them to be about as effective as a wet handkerchief. And, or a chocolate teapot, which is another personal favourite phrase of mine, is the, you're about as useful as a chocolate teapot. It's just such a fantastic phrase. And there's the crit. That's what I wanted. And it's going to be, where are we? We need 2 more to get another point of bonus damage, which is good. So, let's see. Can we get that crit? No, we cannot. I can't hit for toffee, apparently. Either way, this is probably not going to do enough damage, but it is going to do a big old bunch of damage to it. It's taking 5 poison, and if I can hit the crit, because it's getting another 30% damage from the crits, which is very important here. Okay, 126, that's 164 now. And, ow. So, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can hit that crit. And again, I'm getting heals quite quickly, thankfully, because of the lovely relic, which is doing fantastic things for me. Now, her poison damage is only going down by 1, because, of course, that's the way it works, but it's also not really going down because I'm still slapping the heck out of her, which is great. Now, I do kind of want to destroy the paintings, but Buttery Biscuit Base might be a sensible plan for me to maybe not. Actually, I probably shouldn't be quoting Greg Wallace, because he's he got sacked from MasterChef, didn't he, for being a bit of an arse. So maybe I won't Buttery Biscuit, but it's a fun phrase, though. And it was very entertaining, that little remix. Yes, the joys of YouTube nearly 20 years ago. Oh, goodness, yeah, it must be nearly 20 years ago. That's a frightening concept. That means that it is... Well, considering where I work in, you know, doing 2 different jobs, one of which is on a bar, and one of my co-workers is 19, and I feel so old when I speak to them. I am old enough to be their father, and it is painful. Anyway, let's take increasing my max HP. And I think what might be interesting is, because I will take damage from doing this, if I purchase the Darkness Eternal, and I'm going to buy the Roundabout. There we go. I'll take a heal. What's this one do? Focus bar, steal 3 times only, but only targeting enemy. Target enemy is dealt for every... Oh. I'm not sure about that. Let's do this one. Again, I'm trying to do... It would be funny, and they're new items, but I only want to... Oh, I'm fighting the dragon. Ooh, that's scary. Okay, so we're now into the final area. So I've done better than I did yesterday. Righty. Mushroom time. Let's see what we can do to these mushrooms, shall we? It's not Deep Lock Galactic, but mushroom. As opposed to badger mushroom. But, you know, it's a thing. Okay, let's keep stacking the things. And hitting some stuff. Pow. Well, this will do 10 blind to the target, so that's pretty good. So, maybe we'll do okay. Let's keep hitting the pennies, though. I'd really like to hit that crit. There you are, but you've disappeared. Ah, okay, so it's going to get better for every time it gets hits, and that's really not good. Okay, we've hit the refresh. That's the important bit here. I think that slime is probably going to get another boost to itself, I would suggest. Well, that's not going to get another boost to itself. Thank goodness for that. Time to hit the slime and do a big old stack of damage, I think. Because it's got a lot of health, and I don't really want it to hurt me. I'm going to really rely on the exploitable damage, because that's going to just increase it so dramatically. There we go, 256. And let's try some Illusion again. Lovely stuff. That worked nicely. And it's pinned in place for 2 turns as well. That's the important bit here. Hit the crit. I think I'm going to use the frog to get some more HP, I think, after this fight. I think that would be sensible. Slice and dice. And we'll take a big bunch more. It's taking quite a chunk of poison damage, thankfully, so it's very effective. Okay, so it's still got quite a lot of health. I need to try and do a bit more. I need to do better than that. Come on. Now, the yellow circle is probably not the best choice, if I'm brutally honest. Yes, it'll do slightly less damage, but it is going to improve my evasion, and that might save my bacon here. Oh, yeah, it did. Okay, so the poison damage is king here. So this thing's going to do 10 blind on this one, so that's now 14% blind. So that's reducing it to a you are unlikely to hit me, which is kind of the important bit here. And we've got 41 pennies. It still hit me there. Of course it did. Ghost go! And the poison kills it off. Excellent. Right. Where are we going? So we're going to go down one, left, right, right, I think is going to be the plan of action. And yeah, then we're going to head to the... Oh, nutbags. Well, we're going to increase our health. And yeah, down we go. That's not what I wanted to do. Thankfully, I can dodge fire that I fell into somehow. I've played a rogue in D&D once. Well, let's duplicate the yellow circle. Excellent. So we're going to go to the left. That's the aim of the game here. There we go. And then we're going to head to the right. Now, if I grab the fireballs, this is going to hurt me quite a lot more than 10 HP. Because I've got that forge relic, it will actually, in fact, do 22 damage to me. This is a big risk, so I'm not going to take them. As tempting as they are, the damage is too high. And I can't justify it, unfortunately. Righty, so let's keep hitting some stuff. I mean, that worked out quite nicely. Bang, and slice. Excellent, get it pinned in place. Right, well, let's ping off the old Elu circle again, so this should give us a good old bit of evasion again, so we're feeling pretty evasive right now. Not a silly amount of damage, though. The Elu circle isn't exactly a high damage dealer, but it is, you know, useful. Bam. Well, that worked, actually. A lot more damage than I was expecting. Not upset by it, believe me. And another crit, so that's going to... Where are we? 2 more hits before we increase our crit damage. And we're pinning them in place again. Excellent. This is working nicely. So let's see if we can hit the crit again. No, but we are going to blind somebody for a bit there. Okay, so it missed. So we didn't even need to dodge. Excellent. Poison damage ahoy. That's really what we're after here. So let's hit that refresh, please. Or a crit. Oh dear. There we go. There's the crit. That's the one we needed to hit. Smack. And the dodge hits in again, and let's see what we can do with the Poltergeist. So this could be interesting because it is quite a light orb, but sadly didn't quite work out as I'd hoped. Either way, still doing well. Oops, a daisy. Well, that one died, and now this one's going to die. So let's hit the... Oh no, I missed the crit. Ow. Well, it hit us. That's quite rude. So let's stack up some... healing, so we're back at almost up to full health again. Lost a bit more, but again we're going to heal off of doing pings of damage. So yes, in theory I could have healed myself from getting the fireballs, but at the same time I felt like it wasn't worth the risk. And I think that's a reasonable thought. Like, again, I do like the fireballs because they detonate bombs with one hit, they destroy shields with one hit, they're very effective. But, oh, I think that the steady scope will be really dangerous because that will mean we will hit crits repeatedly. Now, unfortunately, oh, that might activate with the Mauliflower because it's not... Ooh, if this works, this will be glorious. Because if I can stack a high illusion, so I need at least 50%. If I've got at least 50%, then I've got a crit. Guaranteed. And that should trigger the Mauliflower. We'll give it a go. Let's see what happens. Ah, a cursed Haglin. Well, I'd like to remove that, please. Okay. I thought that was going to be way worse than that. I thought he normally hurts you. Oh well. I probably could have... I'm going to leave because I do not want to deal with that. What's in my bag? Yeah, I could have upgraded one of those, maybe. Ah, well. Right, so we actually really want to go to the left. I know what's going to happen. Oh, no, we are going to the left. Here we go. What's in the chest? The chest is... Whenever I evade an attack, gain finesse. That's going to increase my damage overall. So... You know, we're stacking the evasion, doing the damage. This is seeming to work. Okay. Okay, well, in this case, Haglin, this is going to pierce enemies, so we'll take that. That's weird. We've already bought something from his shop. And okay, here we go. We got enemies now. So, now, I didn't do very well against these mushrooms previously, did I? Those mushrooms did me an absolute bloody mischief. I don't like mushrooms, as you can probably tell. I also don't actually like eating mushrooms. There's something about their consistency that I just don't get on with. I understand, yeah, they've got a very savoury, umami flavour, blah, blah, blah. I just don't get on with the texture, and it's like, it just doesn't do me, favours. Yes, so it does look like that the shot critting does trigger the Mauliflower. This is excellent news. So, there we go. Mauliflower's got one more again on it. So, this should pierce through, and it should hit these two. So, hopefully, I can do enough damage to kill that one off as well. Explosions. Impacts. Excellent work. So, we need to unleash pure hell. Well, that could have gone better. Not gonna lie. Ow. Goodness gracious. Very rude of them to keep hitting me like that. Thankfully, though, I can heal. The healing is really important right now. Okay, so that's not going to be enough. Ooh, that was painful. Okay, so let's see if we can get some more evasion going. There we go. So now we've got a 100% chance of guaranteed crit on the next shot. Maybe not. Either way, that's still... Okay, it still was a crit, that's fine. And that's going to kill that one off. So we need to kill that one. So this one here, this one's got quite a high boost of 4 to its damage. Keep hitting those refreshes. Maybe useful, I guess. 55 out of 63 health. Let's see if we can upgrade that a little bit, shall we? Okay, the dodges are giving me increasing... Look how much more that in critical damage is going up by. Oh, that was a good shot. Lovely. It's a shame it's not going to pass through, though. Ah, well. Pow. Right, you can suffer. I'm going to make you... Look at that, 24 damage for every hit. This could work out nicely. Possibly. Well, either way, it could work. Could, being the operative word. Lummy daisy, 3 to 23. Look at that jump. That's horrifying. I love it. Right, so we are going to head down to the shop. So, I'm going to continue. There's not enough money for me to actually get enough to get something out of it. So, it's a bit of a trade-off, but I could buy a new item. That would have been that would have been great if I could have had that. Sadly, no. I think getting that would be sensible. We did take damage because we bought an orb, but it's now level 2, so it's better than it was. What's this one? Battle start with extra money, so that's nice, I guess. Right, here we go. Mini-boss time. Well, let's see. Ah, it's the gangly one. Don't like him. Very rude. Very annoying. Okay, so... The red bombs are very dangerous because they do damage back to me. And I'm not keen on taking a silly amount of damage, as you can probably tell. Okay, so doing blind on targets is good. So, kabam and smack. Okay. We dodged, so we now increased our critical hit damage. So let's see if we can get some refreshes off on this one. Unfortunately not. We did also take a big old stack of damage there, but we've done some poison damage to it. And that's important. I'm waiting to see if I can hit the crit, because that's going to be really important right now. There we go. We got a crit anyway, so it was a bit of a wasted shot. But then again, I couldn't guarantee it. 75% evasion. Okay, we've got another dodge, so that's good. I'm going to target you, because if you cut too close, you're going to hurt me. You're going to hurt me a lot with your explosions, and I don't really want to get exploded. Thanks. Okay, well, it's dead. Considering that's 400 damage. It's nice and tasty damage there. Okay, so that's another bit of explosions onto myself, so that's not super helpful. Okay, dodged. Let's see if we can try and get some more just regular pegs hit, because I would want to just drain health from it. I still need another 13. Explosion. Oh, that did a slap. Okay, let's keep it going. So we've got a good amount of evasion again, which is good. Dodged. And again, the crit is going to be increasing. Can we hit the crit, please? I don't... A very small amount of damage. Look at the massive damage spike between the two. And Spinification Stings, that's going to stack a big chunk of poison on the target. And that's really the important component here, is the stacking of the poison damage. However, this guy is going to die, because it's going to take double the damage regardless, because, yeah, there we go. That lovely exploitable damage. So, we are now going to fight the boss. So we're going to increase our HP. We're going to upgrade an orb, and I'm going to go with the Spinification Sting. We've got enough to do another one. I'm going to go with the blind. 15 blind on a target. Create 2 whenever board is refreshed. Heal for every activate. Let's go with heals. Money doesn't matter right now. Well, I don't think it'll matter. Here we go. Final boss. Final boss. And we've got full health. We don't have much, but we do have full health. It's the big money dragon. Right, so I need to go down here. Either way, let's give it a go. So we're going to stack a silly amount of evasion off of this, because of the every time we hit a penny, we get evasion. So there we go. We're stacking some blind on it, and we've hit a crit. There we go. A bit more poison. Keep the crits coming. Again, we've got lots of... that suction is very annoying. Uh-oh, we're in a lot of trouble now. Can I please hit down this way, please? Rather than, you know... Oh dear. Well, that hurt. Okay, so... Thankfully, though, we've now got 13. Okay, it pushed us. That was quite rude. Again, we're the... our Mauliflower is doing us favours again. As it should do, which is great. So keep healing myself, please. That's what I'm after. Keep healing, keep healing. Ow. Took a little bit of fire damage from that one. Very rude. There we go. So that was a good stack of increasing the damage there. So that's always important, is we're just going to keep increasing the damage on it from criticals because of the exploitables. That's a big thing we've got here. Big boost to our capabilities there. So it's going to take 450 plus another 70% modifier, so it's going to be about 1,000 damage. There we go. So I'm going to hit the refresh, and it's going to keep suctioning that orb down there, but let's see if I can ricochet it a little bit more. Yep. Can I hit the crit to refresh the board again? Not quite, sadly. So this is going to do a good 1,500, 1,600. Oh, that was lovely. It's still got loads of health, like undeniably loads of health, but, you know, we're doing silly amounts of impact, especially now that each hit is 17 more damage because of the fact that we do have that glorious amount of extra crit damage. Look at that. Fantastic. 2,000. Okay, so we've taken a big old bunch more on the Spiness, which is good. We've got another crit. Impressive, I'm not going to lie, because I wasn't expecting to get a crit on a 36% chance of crit, so that's very nice. A little bit more damage overall, but that's fine. It's dodged, and we're going to keep hitting things. Evasive maneuver orb, so again, this should hopefully stack us up a good amount on the old evasion front. I think, stress on the think, we might be able to actually do this and actually be successful. The Vampire Relic is probably one of the things that's kind of given it to me, plus the horribly powerful Mauliflower, and combined with the evading giving me extra crits. and doing crits based on my illusion. It's quite a disgusting combination. So 81% chance of evasion. Again, we've got another crit, so that, again, increases our overall damage. Since we do 26 damage for each extra one we hit now, that is absolutely brutal. It's got 13 stacks of exploitables, so that's going to more than double the damage that I do to it. So we're going to do at minimum 1,000 damage here. Probably closer to 2 and a bit thousand by the looks of things. And can we hit some more? Keep hitting things. Keep it going. Come on, Pebble. That's going to be nearly 3,000 damage. It was more than 3,000 damage. Oh my goodness gracious, that's terrifying. Okay, that was a terrible shot. That still did a huge stack of 220 poison damage on it. Okay, so my Poltorb, guys, it's a very good one. It would be a little bit better against if I was fighting that damn cursed Rubik's Cube thing. That would have been so much better against that. But no, it's fine. It's still fine. Illa Circle with a 30 damage per hit if I can hit the crit, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. That's a shame, but we've gained again. We've got a high crit chance. Again, we've got 35 damage per hit. Beautiful. I think the dragon is going to cark it, because it's going to take nearly twice as much damage just from the impacts. And look at that. We're doing nearly, what, about going to do 4,000 damage to it? It's so dead. You're so dead, dragon. Yeah. Die. Victory is mine! Yeah! I have been successful. Yes! So, that's Crucible 15 completed, and I'm very pleased with that. So, if you have enjoyed, please do like, share, and subscribe. Why not tell me the crazy combinations you've had in your games of Peglin? Because, goodness gracious, I've seen some silly ones today, and I'm so happy I got them, to be fair. So, I am still going to do another episode tomorrow, because it is the week of Peglin. There will be at least 7 episodes. That's how this works. So, hopefully I will catch you again tomorrow for the next episode.